Coming up on this episode of Admiral Ocean, we see how some theater students are the most dramatic people at GHS.
We take a look at how clubs have been recruiting some new members, and we highlight some university big shots who visited GHS.
Of course, we'll have city and state news updates for you too. Today is September 12th, 2025, and this is Admiral Ocean.
I'm Julian McHugh.
And I'm Johnny Blake, and this is episode 3 of Admiral Ocean's season 7. One of the best things about getting to take classes offered in the academic institutes is how these classes take learning outside of the classroom. On Tuesday, Mr. Nikes took his Year 2 Law and Public Safety students to the Harrison County Courthouse. It's all part of a 5-week program Law and Public Safety does with the Gulfport Police Department. Back on August 29th, Gulfport police officers visited the class and the students witnessed a mock crime. So Tuesday, the students participated in the next stage, the courtroom. Some students were called to the witness stand to testify about the mock crime they had seen just a few weeks ago.
The college recruiting season is in full swing here at GHS, and colleges have already invited students to visit their campus and apply. 3 major universities have already visited GHS this year. The University of Southern Mississippi, Mississippi State, and William Carey have all brought representatives to come speak to some of our juniors and our seniors. Each school gave students a first-hand look at what these institutes have to offer. Recruiting visits kicked off on August 27th with the president of the University of Southern Mississippi, Mr. Joseph Paul, addressing students about the wide range of opportunities available both on and off campus. He highlighted USM's vibrant campus, community, diverse academic programs, and generous scholarship offerings.
Paul, the president of the University of Southern Mississippi, really excited to be here at Gulfport High School. I told a gathering of students just now how special this high school is and how I think the culture at Gulfport High School and the culture at Southern Miss, a culture of grit, culture of caring, really match up. And so many Gulfport High School students have been finding their way to Hattiesburg and to Southern Miss, and we'd love to have more.
Next up was Mississippi State University, who visited on the 4th with their vice president, Dr. David Shaw, who met with students in the Little Theater. Dr. Shaw informed the students about all the amazing extracurricular activities that the university offers, along with their unique undergraduate and graduate programs.
My name is David Shaw, and I'm the Provost and Executive Vice President at Mississippi State University, and really enjoyed being here today. I had the opportunity to visit with a number of your students to be able to talk about not only the programs that we have at Mississippi State, but more importantly, the decisions that need to be made for both life and career, and how important that is as you're thinking about a college.
And finally, William Carey's president, Dr. David Burnett, visited on the 10th. During his visit, Dr. Burnett spoke to our students about the campus life, organizations, and their various academic programs.
Ben Burnett, and I'm the president at William Carey University, located in Hattiesburg, but also here on the Gulf Coast, and I have an office on both places, so I'm here a lot. And we're here today just to tell the Gulfport High School students what the opportunities are at William Carey they may not know about.
With college recruiting season underway, GHS students are getting a head start on exploring their futures. From scholarship opportunities to campus life, each university brought something unique to the table. Whether you're interested in the spirited atmosphere at USM, the wide range of programs at Mississippi State, or the close-knit community of William Carey, the choice is in your hands. We can't wait to see where the class of 2026 will go next.
On Monday, Health Science 2 students who are part of HOSA hosted a blood drive with the American Red Cross. A record 84 donors showed up to give, and a total of 68 units of blood were collected. This is an amazing response. Ms. Hill, who teaches Health Science 2, said they well surpassed their goal for collections.
Our blood drive on Monday was our biggest blood drive that we've ever had. We ended up seeing 84 patients, but unfortunately 16 did have to get turned down due to maybe their vital signs were abnormal, or their iron level wasn't high enough, or maybe they didn't hit the correct weight requirements. But we ended up collecting a total of 68 pints of blood, and 11 of those were power red. Our goal was only 58, so we surpassed that goal, and as of right now we are the biggest blood drive in the whole Mississippi Gulf Coast.
She wants everyone to know how important donating can be. Often, students think that blood only goes to people in surgery or really old patients.
Blood does not just go to like elderly people. Blood goes to pediatric cancer patients. It goes to NICU babies. It goes to, labor and delivery. It goes everywhere. And you can actually track your blood on the Red Cross website to see where your blood goes.
In reality, there are people here, both students and teachers, who have been in a medical emergency and had to receive blood.
When my twins were born in 2015, I had a cesarean section and I lost a lot of blood in the course of that surgery. And so the doctors decided that I had lost about 2 liters of blood and needed to have that blood replaced. So they ended up giving me about 2 liters of blood.
Thanks to everyone who donated, and keep looking for the next blood drive they will host here.
In history, there's always been highly debated questions such as the fall of the Roman Empire, and that tradition still continues in with this modern day and age, with our very own questions like the preference of phone types such as iPhone or Android.
I prefer Android because like y'all iPhone people be overrated. iPhones be overrated for sure. iPhone. I
prefer an iPhone, which is kind of crazy because iPhones, I feel like it's a lot of AI with, like, even when I search up on Safari, there's a lot of AI. So low-key, I'm kind of leaning towards Android.
Another highly debated question throughout history is the infamous is a hot dog a sandwich question.
I would think it would be considered a sandwich because, people put condiments all on hot dogs and stuff. So it will be kind of considered a sandwich in my book.
Oh, sandwich. I'll pick a sandwich because it's not like a hot dog, and but a sandwich quicker, so you can just get your mayonnaise and your mustard. That's why I pick a sandwich.
Yes, I do.
Well, you do have 2 slices of bread, and you have something in the middle, so yeah, it'd be considered as a sandwich.
Here at Gulfport High, there are numerous ways to stay involved outside the classroom, one of which is joining school clubs. Last Friday, Gulfport High hosted a club fair that showcased many of the organizations available. Throughout all 3 lunches, students advertised their clubs and recruited new members. Tables were lined across the cafeteria with posters, flyers, and sign-up sheets, each highlighting a different activity. From service-based groups like Key Club and Empower Her Society to creative outlets like National Thespian Society and robotics, the fair featured opportunities that appeal to a wide range of student interests. Some clubs even held small demonstrations or offered free items to catch attention.
Empower Her Society is a club for girls in grades 9 through 12 to join for community service, volunteer hours, to host events, and just to get to know more girls around campus. We have guest speakers, we host a lot of community service events, and just to learn more about yourself and girls around you in this community.
So the club fair is basically an opportunity for all the clubs on campus to come together in the cafeteria and allow the student body to see them out of their usual place of interest. And specifically for drama club, we usually just kind of are huddled in our little theater, but it's good for us to be able to get out here and show people all the different things we do, especially with our up and coming meeting where we discuss costuming and designs and we do improv games and we're building puppets at our next meeting. And it's really fun and it's exciting for people, especially if they don't think they're going to be into that sort of thing.
This is Emily here with Technology Student Association, TSA, the Girls Who Code Club, brand new coding club, and Team Fusion Robotics. Team Fusion Robotics, we build robots. You could be in media, mechanical, electrical, even an impact team. You can do anything, and we will compete with the robots, sometimes even on a national level, competing with schools across the world.
This event was considered a success, with many clubs reporting an increase in membership signups. This fair was a great way to inspire more students to stay active and engaged throughout the year.
The theater program here at GHS is one of the best on the coast, and that's no surprise as GH has some incredibly talented students, under the leadership of one amazing theater teacher. Here's reporter Madison Cullifer with the story about what these young thespians are up to.
Gulfport High School's advanced theater class is preparing for competition. While that might seem scary at first, these students are seeing it as a fun challenge.
Stop looking in my eyes. Can we be 17?
So this is my first season going to competition, and I'm just really excited for the opportunity to meet different theaters and to have our show in competition and to see how our class kind of handles it.
And it's not just the Admirals at competition. Several schools will be competing against advanced theater.
Competition is so fun. We get to go and watch different shows from other schools. You get to meet brand new people. You get to experience, and you get to see like how other schools run their theater. So it's amazing, and it's actually a fun opportunity.
I think the coolest part of competition is getting to meet theater students from other schools and getting to see just how jazzed everybody is. People cheer for you it doesn't happen that way anywhere else.
Putting together the performances isn't easy either. A lot of time goes into perfecting students' work.
Well, it's a lot of long hours, a lot of memorization, a lot of practice. It usually takes 80 to 100 rehearsal hours to put on a show. So I try to explain that to the students on the front end so they realize what it is they're getting into.
While competing against each other, students are constantly making connections and are proud to show off their hard work.
The best thing is actually performing, like performing on a stage and then walking around and you get people to notice you or something, and you can like talk to people and then you make new friends, you get their socials. It's really fun.
It's very fun preparing for competition and just like knowing all the different people and all the different shows you're going to see, and especially our show this year has some really fun things we're preparing as a class, and I'm really excited to see.
The efforts of coming together to perform on stage with others has several learning experiences as well.
Helps you to grow, first of all, but also I think most of all, you get exposed to other theater from other places, and you see what other students are doing. And so, we learned so much working on our show.
The competition will be held at Hattiesburg, Mississippi. If they advance, they will perform at Ole Miss. Let's wish our theater students good luck.
Friends till the end of the line.
Now we take a quick look at what's making headlines in our city and state. Here's Elijah Carmack with the latest news.
Hello, Gulfport High. I'm Elijah Carmack, here with your news update for what's going on in the world around us. First, let's take a look at what's going on right here in the city of Gulfport. The pier at the end of Courthouse Road is getting a major upgrade. The pier, named for Mayor Ken Combs, had been in bad shape for some time, suffering most recently from Hurricane Zeta. The city has started work on what will be a $1.8 million upgrade to the pier. Crews are currently working on putting a new walkway which will include a gazebo. Along the aesthetics of the new pier, city officials plan for this upgrade to create a more natural drainage zone. A concrete diversion box has been installed near the seawall, which will help to create trash and storm debris before it finds its way into the waters of the Gulf. This project is being managed by the Department of Mississippi Environmental Quality and is expected to be completed before the end of hurricane season. And earlier this week, 3 sea turtles were released back into the water. The turtles were 2 different species, Camp Ridley sea turtles and loggerhead turtles. The Institute of Marine Mammal Studies had been rehabilitating them for months after the turtles had been accidentally snagged by fishermen hooks. The Camp Ridley sea turtle are most endangered of all sea turtles. They are very sensitive to cold temps, so they make their home in the warmer waters of the Gulf of Mexico and the Mississippi Sound. The turtles have been fitted with satellite tags so that IMMS can learn what specific areas of our coast waters these endangered turtles like to call home.
Good morning, Admiral fans. I'm Nick Coleman with your update on Admiral Sports. Here's a look at what's been going on in GHS athletics. The swim team had their senior night Tuesday at the Francis X. Collins Park swimming pool. The team honored this year's seniors Joseph Gladden, Maya Golden, Finley Safley, and Mia Uretzi. After the senior night events, the team took to the pool. The girls' team took second place out of 3 teams, scoring 91, coming in behind Ocean Springs. The boys took first place, beating Ocean Springs by just 1 point with a score of 126. It was an exciting meet, to say the least. And the state cuts for this week are Dante Locke and Tate Gunlock in the 100 freestyle. The Gulfport swim team will be traveling tomorrow to September 13th to compete in the Laurel Invitational. This meet consists of 421 swimmers from 22 different schools. It's the biggest swim meet in the state of Mississippi. We will have the results of this meet on next Friday's show. Now here's Nolan Bridges with a look at golf, volleyball, and cross country.
Last Thursday, JV Golf came in first place over Biloxi and St. Martin, shooting a total of 212 with 7 out of 8 players breaking 50. led by freshman Cooper Thornton with an impressive score of 40, who came in third total. Following him, freshman Thomas Fanica came in fourth with a score of 41. The annual invitational took place this Tuesday. Gulfport came in fourth out of 19 teams, with Crosby Parker leading the team with a very impressive score of 69, which helped him to come in second place out of the whole tournament. The volleyball team held an invitational here last weekend and went 6-1 as they beat the New Hope Trojans, Bay St. Louis Tigers, Summerall Bobcats, St. Patrick Fighting Irish, and the Hancock Hawks all 2-0. Also beating Pasco Cheyenne 2-1. Unfortunately, they came in second place, losing to Our Lady Academy in the championship game. The boys and the girls cross country team competed in a St. Stanislaus Classic over the weekend. The boys team finished 4th out of 15 teams with Tucker Hines, who finished 17th overall, while the girls finished 5th out of 14 teams with Hannah Ezel, who finished 6th overall for her third top 10 finish in 4 races.
Thanks, Nolan. Now let's talk Admiral football as we finish up this week's sports update. The Admirals traveled to Laurel this evening to take on the Golden Tornadoes of Laurel High School. The Admirals had a disappointing loss in Week 1 against the Picayune Maroon Tide. It was a game that saw both teams putting up a fight to get the win, but in the end, the home field advantage of Milner Stadium just wasn't enough. Well, the Admirals had a bye week last week and have been using the week off to build on their performance in the first game. Laurel is a smaller school and has an 0-2 record so far, coming off of a 31-18 loss at home to Hattiesburg, as well as a road game loss to West Jones with a score of 20-9. The Admirals don't want to fall into the trap of overconfidence though. The Admirals take on the Golden Tornadoes at 7 p.m. tonight, and you can catch the game on our Huddle TV channel and on the WGTV.broadcasting Facebook page.
Before we close today's show, we would like to take a moment and to remind everyone that yesterday was the 24th anniversary of the deadliest terrorist attack in human history.
September 11, 2001 started just like any other day. People woke up, sent their kids to school, and went to work. Then, at 8:46 a.m. Eastern Time, an American Airlines plane that had been hijacked was crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center in Manhattan. 17 minutes later, a second commercial jet was crashed into the South Tower.
A third plane crashed into the Pentagon building. Terrorists intended to crash a fourth plane into the White House, but they were overpowered by passengers on the plane, and it landed in a field in Pennsylvania. In total, 2,977 people died that day. This included people who were passengers on the planes, people who worked in the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, police, fire department, and medical responders.
It was an event that had changed our nation forever. We want to make sure to think about all those lives who were lost and those survivors whose lives were impacted.
That's all we have for today's episode, but be sure to follow us on Facebook and YouTube where you can catch current and past episodes of Admiral Ocean.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.